Welcome back to Equity TV. I'm Francis Mayer, and today's episode is devoted to the men and women who keep us free. Free to talk about whatever we want to talk about, and free to be American. They are our veterans. We have a team of folks up at the college who are dedicated to ensuring that they get the help they need to transition from military life to successful contributing civilian life. And there is plenty of life going on at Bakersfield College. But right now, I would like to talk about you. For a long time, we did not have you or a you at BC,
yes.
did we?
No.
And just a little bit closer to the
Sorry.
microphone. What is your job title?
I am an educational advisor for veteran students. So mainly the only students I see are veterans.
We need to get you a more prestigious and specific title because I know you advise, but you also... I don't even know where to begin. You run a clubhouse for one thing.
Some days it seems like a clubhouse daycare. Yes.
Yeah, you are like the den mother. You're a shoulder to cry on. You're an advisor. You're a reminder. You're a person who really wants to see our student veterans succeed. And for a while, we had a person who would let folks know what benefits they had coming.
Yes.
But that was it. We didn't have anybody to tell them how to spend that money or which classes to take or which professors to avoid. Not that you should avoid, which professors to pursue. How about that?
Yes.
That person wasn't there.
Yeah, prior to my hiring, there was just a certifying official. And what the certifying official does is her job. She at BC, the certifying official certifies both veterans and athletes. So she has a lot on her plate.
Gosh, she does. And
Yeah.
she's got to interface with the dang federal government. And
Yeah, not just the federal government, but also the state government because with the athletes. So Mrs. Cordoba is still there, and I've alleviated a lot of her workload by now I can talk to the veteran students about what courses they could take. She did a great job at getting students their money, getting their benefits paid. However, other little questions that they might have had, sometimes the veterans fell through the cracks before my position.
right, and my understanding is maybe that wasn't exactly in her job description, and that you have really picked that up and run with it and done so much more.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what had to happen at BC. Because, like, for example, in order for a veteran to use their benefits at Bakersfield College, they need to have a full educational plan. And this is a detailed plan that tells them all the courses they need within their program. And Mrs. Cordoba would not certify them if, say, they wanted to take Bio 11 instead of Bio 32. If they deviated one course away from what was on the plan, then they wouldn't get certified. So that would mean that some of their money might be reduced. And in order to do that, they would have to go see an advisor. They would go into the SS building where now we have plenty of advisors and plenty of counselors because in the past couple months, we've probably hired around 12 total advisors and counselors. But vet students would still have to wait, so they would fall through the cracks. And like Joe had mentioned earlier, a lot of our students have PTSD, have forms of disabilities where they don't want to sit in a crowded room and wait to meet with somebody, or they're very impatient. They don't want to wait an hour to see an advisor as a drop-in. So my job alleviates that.
Well, and also... And we're going to bring the dean back in just a minute, and he's our history guy, so we'll have him outline this for us. But like he said, I believe Joe said, if you were a soldier in the 80s or 90s, there's a chance that you weren't deployed. You didn't see any combat.
Yes.
And then with Desert Storm, and then on with our involvement, we have a lot of combat veterans now. Like the market for you has been flooded, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of combat veterans, but we also have those veterans like when Paul was saying earlier, Dean Beckworth, when he was saying that he didn't go back to school till 6 years later.
Sure.
I have a ton of students that come back that maybe in Bakersfield, being as small as it is, companies have closed, so they no longer have a job.
Sure,
so if they have a 20% disability rating, they can use what's called Chapter 31 vocational rehab. So they're coming back to school also and trying to make a way of getting a new career path. So I have a very diverse group of students. I have some that are younger, have a ton of reservists. Then I have some that are older that were in the 80s and 90s. So it's very diverse at Bakersfield College as far as the veteran population.
It is. I want to talk in a little greater depth about how a student goes about taking advantage of both you and the dean. So let's go back and check in with our sponsors one more time. And then when we come back, we're going to have both Dean Beckworth and Tina Mendoza in here, and they're going to tell you exactly in what order to speak to them and how to get into college and start changing your life today or tomorrow. The fall semester starts soon. Don't miss it. We'll be right back with more Equity TV.